Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today I have the pleasure to introduce you, to show you TruePun, a fantastic new plugin. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. And if you like to participate to the giveaway, please do check the instruction in the video description and check that the giveaway is still open and the winners have not been announced, again in the video description. Okay, so we are inside Rumble. We click on the plus sign, we go to generator, and let's select an audio unit. And as part of that audio unit, we're going to actually select Megalith. Why not? Now let's select a preset from the template bank, and we choose this default one, which sounds like so. Okay, perfect. Then again, we go to the plus sign, click processor, and we add an audio unit processor. And we can search for it, or we can go straight down to the bottom where we can find TruePun. There it is. Okay, as you can see, nice interface, really straightforward as well. Let's actually adjust a little bit the screen. These will do actually, and yeah, as you can see, we have a nice representation here of the audio input. Here you have the name. Here you have some button for edit to edit some of the default parameters. Okay, and then you can save, of course, the preferences here. And down here on the bottom left, you have these three dots, which allows you to change what type of noises and warning you will have. And then you can go and access also the online help. And then down here, you can have different settings for the video representation. I particularly like this one, really nice. And here you can see also the direction on the left and the right channel as well. Now here you have direction, and the plugin TruePun is actually quite unique. It's not a simple punning processor. It allows you actually to process stereo images throughout the stereo field, so it transforms stereo sounds without actually touching the stereo image, which is actually quite nice. You have two modes here, which is quite important. You have mode 1 and mode 2. The mode 1 is the traditional punning. Mode 2 is a little bit more complicated, and for this first tutorial I'm not going into a lot of details, but let's say that it keeps into account of the stereo position as well, which is really nice. So here you can change the direction. And hopefully if you have headphones, you will actually hear that. Let's change the type of representation here. I like this representation because it also shows you the opposite of left and right channel as well. And indeed, when you move it here to 136 roughly degree, right? So you have here the opposite of the left channel. And you can do the same for the right channel as well. Interestingly, here you have a motion. So if you change that, you will start this dial moving. You can increase the speed, of course. So this first mode is a traditional punning, which is really nice. You have the option of syncing, and you see the syncing down here. And then here you change the type of profile that it uses actually to move the dial. I prefer the standard one. You can change the width here. And if you find that, of course, changing the width up to maximum, you lose a little bit of gain, you have gain control here, standard. As standard in many other effects, adaptive keeps into account the input signal, and then you can also profile it based on measurement of data, which is really nice. And it gives you here a little bit of tip on how to create a new profile. But let's select it to adaptive. Okay, and perhaps actually let's close this and let's go for a different type of preset, this one. Okay. And with this one, you will hear the difference, of course. Let's stop this in the stereo width. You can see how it opens up as well in the graphical representation. Now let's go to mode 2. As you can see, when you are in mode 2, you have pre-width. Okay, sorry, pre-width here. Okay. Then if you deactivate that, you can actually choose the width from the front, stereo field versus the back as well. And of course, you can change that with the dial. And it's quite nice when you add some motion. You can control the drive and wet here as well. Be careful when you go to 50-50 because it can actually produce zero sound, particularly if you meet a certain condition. So for example, let's stop the motion here. Let's go to mode 1. And let's go to that previous preset, which I just showed you a moment ago. Okay. And let me show you what happens when I go around the 50 dry wet. And then I change the phase to 180, like that. It almost goes down to 0 because of the 50-50 ratio between dry and wet. Which, of course, is something that you might not like, but it's something that can give you also that kind of pumping effect, which is really nice. And that, in a nutshell, is a true pun. So it's quite a unique punny effect or punny plugin, which keeps into account also the location within the stereo field of the sound. So it gives you a more natural type of sound when you are using it in mode 2 here. So remember that when you are using it in mode 1, is more the type, the traditional type of stereo punning that you find in a lot of other effects. Okay, I hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Bye.